It is going to be such an exciting week here in Lloydminster. Saskatchewan Summer Games coming to the city. So many people have put in so much work. I'm speaking with one of the co-chairs, Aaron Rawlik. Aaron, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Stacy.
Well, you had the big volunteer event last night, got everybody sorted there. So many people excited to be involved in this process. And now we have the opening ceremonies on Sunday. Over 2,000 people coming to the city. Is that what I read correctly?
Yeah, well, that's just athletes, mission staff, and coaches and managers. So we expect, maybe two and a half times that when you add in parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, all those types of people that like to watch these events.
So what's it like for you after all the planning to see this all coming together now? Is it a great feeling or is it a little nerve-wracking?
Well, it's a bit of both. You're really excited to see a year's worth of work to fruition, and that it's finally going to happen. But of course, leading up to something like this, we're having the chat conversations. What do we miss? What do we need to fine tune? We'll kind of liken it to a duck in the water. That duck may look calm, but its feet might be going 1,000 miles a minute. And the behind the scenes stuff, we'll get that all taken care of, and the athletes and the coaches, they're going to have a great experience.
Well, let's chat about the opening ceremonies coming up here on Sunday. The public, I know, are welcome to come out to this, and this is a really great pump up ceremony for all the athletes and the people involved. So tell me about the plans for the opening ceremonies.
Yeah, so we get all the athletes and mission staff and coaches down there. We'll marshal them over by the exhibition, and it's at the conclusion, of course, of the day. They'll have some practices during the day, but we'll parade them all in. They'll all go down on the civic center floor. Big to do. We've got a DJ going. All the stuff that the kids will really like, and we expect the civic to be full. It is a ticketed event, but that's available on saskgames.ca, our website. But we've got a good show planned for the kids. Of course, we've got some special guests. We got a couple guest speakers. Wendy and I will give a really brief hello, and I expect a rousing welcome from our mayor Gerald Albers.
So, what time does that start, the ceremonies,
Right,
and
that
where
starts
is
at
it
five.
at?
Yeah, 5 o'clock at the Civic Center. It'll be wrapped up by 7. We'll get the kids back to the athlete village at Lloyd Comp and get them ready to start competing the next morning.
All right. And speaking of the competitions, there are a number of venues over the city where these sports are going to be taking place. So, I know that those events are ticketed as well. So, how do people find out about ticketing and where do they find out about what sports are happening and where?
Okay, so the best place to go is saskgames.ca. Yeah, the Lloydminster information's at the front of the page. There's this simple website you can drill down and get tickets. You can get passes for all the events, the for the week, that kind of thing, and be able to tour around and as well. We're all over the city. There'll be signage everywhere of where to go. I think most of the people in Lloydminster know where these things are, with the exception of canoe kayak, which is out at Killarney Lake, just past Sandy Beach. So if someone wants to take in that event, it's a really cool venue and a really excited group to be out at the canoe kayak.
And there are a number of events that are happening too, Aaron, outside of the actual sporting events. Synovus has a musical event planned, and there's an art walk. There's all kinds of things going on. So, can you just touch briefly on some of those things that are planned as well?
So there's cultural events every day, right from hip hop dance classes, like you mentioned, the art walk, and then Wednesday, the day off, and this is a free event for the community. It's going to be hosted at Lakeland College. Out in their grass yard, presented by Synovus, and it's going to have artists and venues and live music throughout the day. There's a culture page on our website as well as on our Facebook page that lays out all those events, and all those events are free for anyone that wants to attend. So that's been a big hit with visitors to the city. They watch their son or daughter compete maybe in the morning or early afternoon, and they can hit the culture event, and then the Wednesday in between. It's a nice celebration for our community to take in some arts and culture, and we felt that's a big part of the showcase we're putting on.
Now, what about the weather, Aaron? It looks like it's going to be still quite warm next week. So, how do we deal with the athletes in the outdoors when it comes to the heat?
Well, the athletes are being prepared through their mission staff and their districts. Many of these, because we're summer sports, they're fully aware of what to expect. They likely even at a young age have seen this before, and their parents know what's coming, so they'll be ready to go. We've got some great support from places like Culligan that are going to have water at the venues, keep the kids hydrated. There'll be concessions at all the venues. People can get snacks and drinks and things. But we've really been focusing on our volunteers because we feel the athletes are going to take care of themselves when we chat with the mission staff people. Really reminding our volunteers, like, here's the call down list. If you need something as simple as some cold water, we have people that will get that out to you, and working on getting, shade venues for all of them to help them beat the heat, so to speak. And we want them to be safe. They're giving their time to us, so we want to protect them the best we can. And we chatted about it at the volunteer event last night a little bit, and in some emails to volunteers saying, let's be cognizant of what we're going to be up against. Let's be ready to go.
All right, Aaron. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It is a pleasure speaking with you, and you guys have done such a great job of getting all this organized. And might be a little sad once it's over. Then you'll have nothing to do for a while. So,
Well, I think a little rest for the committee. Our board has done such a fabulous job, and a big thank you to Stingray and people like yourself who've been a sponsor and supporter of the Sask Summer Games. We're excited to showcase our community.
well, good luck, Aaron. And one more time, can you give us that website just so everybody can figure out where they can find out which they're going to attend, what events, and everything that's happening?
Yeah, saskgames.ca. It'll take you right to the Lloydminster page on the front, and you can click away and get everything you need.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Aaron, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Stacey.